My name is Dominic Piper. I'm editor of Australia's Paydirt and Gold Mining Journal. I think this is my 8th time to Cape Town for Mining Indaba. I think the first one I went to was in 2007. I mean, Cape Town is an absolutely amazing city, you know, with Table Mountain and the whole of the waterfront and Camps Bay. You really can't go wrong when you travel there. I think because it was my first time in Africa as well. I mean, I'd watched nature documentary programs about Africa since I was a young child. So to be in Africa for the first time and to be in a city like Cape Town with all its history of different cultures was an amazing experience. I mean, I think like most people, it's just the size of the conference, the sheer enormity of it that surprises any first-time goer to Mining Indaba. I first went at a time when mining was booming and everything was on the open, everything was positive, and then for the first couple of years, it felt like it grew and grew every year. And the breadth of people from all over the world that visit the conference is just remarkable. And I've met people from North America, from Europe, from the UK, from all over Africa, and even from people from Australia I'd never met before at the conference. Well, I mean, there's a few, and some of them really aren't for retelling in front of the camera, but I do remember, obviously, in Cape Town and Mining Indaba, the social occasions are just as important as what goes on during the day. I think the first time I went, perhaps I worked a little bit too hard in the social occasions, and I got in the early hours of the morning thinking I had more than 4 or 5 hours to pull myself together because I wasn't due to attend any speaking spots until later that morning. However, when I got back into my room, let's say, be generous and say 5 a.m, I found a note under my door from my editor asking me to make sure I was on board and cover for him from 7:30 a.m. So a little over an hour after I'd closed my eyes, I was up again and at the conference, and I think I managed to go through about 40 bottles of water that day. It was quite a long morning, I must admit. Well, I think it's really to get a sense of where we're heading. I mean, it's obviously been tough times for the mining industry in recent years, with commodity prices falling, and you know, there's a feeling that perhaps Africa missed the boat of that super cycle. But you know, I'm an African optimist when it comes to the mineral sector, and what I'm looking forward to seeing is the sense of positivity around the place. I also think the Indaba organisers have done a fantastic job in reinvigorating the conference, and there's going to be some fascinating panel discussions and some excellent keynote speakers as well. So I think there'll be a lot of debate about the future of African mining, and I'm interested to see what the sense and what the message will be out of that.